Welcome in to episode 18 of our Let's Play Humankind series featuring the Commons Quarter. We are cruising in the early modern era. We moved up in the last episode. We are playing the Spanish. We are putting Cathedral Gothicas down, and we have some decisions to make regarding the wonders of the early modern era. That is how we're going to kick things off. In this episode, we're on turn 92 of our Let's Play series. We are doing a Commons Quarter strategy. So far, it's working out really well. I am still not convinced, despite how well this game is going, that a Commons Quarter strategy is viable against other things. Maybe I am not correctly interpreting what I'm seeing, though. You could let me know in the comments if you think the Commons Quarter strategy is one of the better strategies in Humankind. If you need to catch up on how we got here and see the entirety of, so far, what has been our Commons Quarter strategy series. In the description below, there's a link to episode 1. You can catch up on all of the action. But for today, let's jump into the episode, and we will see how we progress in the early modern era playing as the Spanish. We are here in our capital city of Ashur. Ashur is humming along. We're getting some batays in to finish out from our last era. We had one turn these in, so they stayed in our queue, and we are getting those finished up. We are also, I think, one turn away, if we look at one of our other cities, on finishing Angkor Wat, which was our claim in the last era as far as wonders are concerned. So we're working on that, and we have some big decisions on the next turn. We have some big decisions on which wonder we'll be selecting, possibly which wonder we'll be selecting first in the early modern era, because as we jump into this, after we end turn and see the wonder list, there are a lot of really fantastic wonders in the early modern era. It is going to be very difficult to choose, although our Commons Quarter strategy is, I think, going to dictate a lot of what we end up doing for that. Let's do a quick check on any crises with anybody that we need to forgive, and we'll take a look as well at any treaties that we may want to make.
Discuss?
We do have treaties available to us, so let's take a look. We do have some trade that we might want to start getting up and online. I feel like cultural exchange is still our best bet. I'm going to keep proposing cultural exchanges to most people. I'm checking trade as well, just really quickly. At some point, it's going to become valuable to put in some of the trade that we've been avoiding. We're also currently avoiding the tea and gemstones that Burley has, because Burley is currently at war with Plosive still. We don't want those to get burnt down right away. Just be money that we'd spend that we would not be able to do anything with. And it looks like everyone else is set as far as what's going on with treaties and trade. So that is good. And we will press the end turn button. We'll move right along. We have 2 turns left on our tech, and then we'll be able to put a new city in.
Is worthy of reverence, not merely for the temples, but for the care it took with water and irrigation.
That's true. Angkor Wat is very interesting. Bahama and Bayuguana have increased their population. Madness is spreading to 4 different territories now. Whoa! Whoa! A massive shift for no particular reason. When did this happen?
Your empire is an enigma.
Plosive went from being my friend and being a longtime ally directly to being aggressive. What the heck happened? We need to start generating some war support.
There.
Gonna run a placate.
No words. My anger burns white hot.
I might even make a demand.
This can be overlooked if you're willing to meet halfway.
Just because it's gonna generate a bunch of I want war support now. This is a massive shift. This is a massive change in this game. I thought we had a friendly border, a friendly neighbor, and now it appears that we will not. And Plosive goes from seemingly out of nowhere to aggressive. I'm not quite understanding the AI decision there to all of a sudden just decide to flip everything. We'll see how that plays out. That's a very interesting change in this game. I am slightly nervous now. I've been feeling very comfortable so far, But now I feel like that's not good. This is not good for us in a many different ways. Okay, where are we sending this boat? Our boats probably need to go on auto explore. We need to upgrade. We need to get the 3-masted ship in a couple turns. We'll upgrade them, and then we need to. Well, actually, 3-masted ship doesn't increase our boats. I don't think that just increases our transport ships. But we need to upgrade them and just send them out into the land. Okay, what do we have here? We got knights and crossbowmen. Those are coming from Tahawana. Oh, Tahawana also 9 turns away. We got 12 turns, 5 turns, and 9 turns on city-states that I prefer to actually attack and burn down. So our goal is now going to be, we actually need to start taking out these places. So we should be able to run a really quick attack. Yalalegro should fall in 1 turn, so we could just run this attack. How do we want to run it from here, maybe? How do you want to put this? It doesn't particularly matter, right? It's going to be hard to attack either way. I think we just run it, like, we'll just run it maybe like this way. We're going to just we're going to assault and we're just going to instant resolve, right? There's no way we lose anyone in this fight. Yeah, let's just take it. Take the kills and we will burn Yalalegro to the ground because it is not worth anything. They did not put, oh, well, put a couple districts down, but again, the pillaging or ransacking in this game is very confusing. It's a bunch of science we're gonna get from that and some gold as well, so we will see Yalalegro disappear off the map. We're gonna do the same thing to Tahawana and Pompelo and Gorgum, and so we'll just work our way through in the order that they need to be attacked, basically. So 12 turns left here, only 9 here. So we'll go from Yalalegro, we'll go into Tahawana, and then we'll come back up to Pompelo. And eliminate them in that order. Then Gorgum's got 18 turns left, so we have a little bit of time left to take that one out. But our war against the Free Peoples seems to be going quite well. Before we put a claim down here, we need to check on our wonder situation. So let's review the wonders of the early modern era. Now, before we do that, let's do a quick check, because there are still wonders available for the previous era. Notre Dame is still available, Faith, Protect, Research, which could pair incredibly nicely with Angkor Wat. So if we're thinking about the fact that we already have Angkor Wat, and Angkor Wat, right, I was going to go show it to you, but we'll just go right here. Angkor Wat gives you food per faith, right? And then Notre Dame gives you faith per tech research. That all combines to food, which is going to make for excellent growth, right? Which is one of the most, I'm not to say broken, but one of the most advantageous strategies in the game is to take Angkor Wat, something like Notre Dame, and then pair it with one of the beautiful wonders in the early modern era, Machu Picchu, which takes all of your food, or 50% of your food production from one city and distributes it out across your empire. Machu Picchu is an amazing wonder, especially if you have a particular city that is producing inordinate amounts of food, which you can get by placing Angkor Wat and something like Notre Dame together. Anything that, obviously, for Angkor Wat, anything that generates faith is going to generate food, and then if you have Machu Picchu to distribute it, it's an amazing combination. So Notre Dame is still available. We're not going to do that strat. I specifically said we've demonstrated that. It's incredibly successful. We already know that it works really well. So we're trying not to do that, right? Tota G is also still available. This is +1 industry per state religion follower, which I'm pretty sure is just a massive number right now. So we have a major conundrum, because we have 2 wonders still available from the previous era, both of which are actually wonderful for us specifically, because Notre Dame pairs into Angkor Wat so well, and because Tota G pairs into having a strong faith. We have an amazingly strong faith. It's only going to get better because we're putting our cathedrals down and they're going to spread faith like crazy. And so Tota G is going to be worth a ton of production. Both of these are incredibly valuable wonders to us. I doubt they'll be around by the time we get through, but those are the wonders that are still on the table from the previous era. Let's work our way through the wonders from the early modern. The Palace of Versailles is one that we're going to build. It is not one that I typically build, but the Palace of Versailles does have a Commons Quarter impact. I don't love that we're going to build it. I'm going to commit to the Commons Quarter strategy and say, look, the Palace of Versailles says per adjacent Commons Quarter, +2 influence and +8 stability. So yes, we're going to put the Palace of Versailles down, and we're going to build it. We might not build it first, but we are going to attempt to get the Palace of Versailles because it says and has impact on Commons Quarters. Again, we're doing a Commons Quarters strat. Is this the best move? It is not, but we're probably going to do it anyway. Topkapi Palace is, in my opinion, one of the better wonders in the entire game when you are going to attempt to finish a game based on Space Race, or if you're just trying to gather fame through Space Race and projects towards the end. The plus 100% production towards any shared project is really big. You're getting a massive bonus to your production on projects, and this counts for all projects. So that counts for future wonder builds. It counts for holy sites, anything that you're doing the shared projects on. It's really big. 100% production in that particular city towards that is definitely a big deal. So if you have a city that's pretty high in production, you could 100% that based off of having Topkapi Palace there, which is pretty good. So Topkapi ranks up there as one of the top wonders in the game for me. St. Basil's Cathedral, +1 faith per district. This is another one that would pair really nicely with Angkor Wat because you're getting faith per district. And again, the more faith, the more food because of Angkor Wat. And so again, St. Basil's would pair really well with something like Angkor Wat. In and of itself, it's not like amazing unless you're trying to generate a bunch of faith. And usually at this point in the game, you don't really have to generate a bunch of faith. You either have it or you don't. If you're struggling with faith or you want your religion to expand at all at this point in the game, St. Basil's Cathedral could be a great one for you. But unless you're pairing it with some other strategy like Angkor Wat, it's kind of a middle of the road, maybe lower tier wonder in my opinion. Santa Maria del Fiore is more than likely going to be the wonder that we will choose first from this era, not because I think it should be chosen first, but because it is, again, one of the Commons Quarter-centric wonders. You get 2 of them here in the early modern era. 5 science per adjacent Commons Quarter. That's not amazing, to be honest. Like 5 science, and you have to build a whole quarter around it, and you're not surrounding your Commons Quarter appropriately because of that. It's not my favorite, but if you go down to the bottom, 10 influence per territories under this religion's influence on territories following your state religion. That's going to result in a bucket load of influence, I am relatively certain. So, Santa Maria del Fiore will be something that we will put down. Probably will be one of the ones we claim first. It's also a holy site and a religious district, so it'll get those religious district bonuses. It'll get the holy site production cost reduction, and so we'll be able to build a little faster than we'd be able to build some other wonders. The Taj Mahal is really nice. It's very simple. The Taj Mahal is, if you want money, then build Taj Mahal. If you have a city that's producing money particularly well, you get 50% money on settled city. And that's huge, right? 50% money is a really big deal. So Taj Mahal can be a very potent wonder, but it's very simple, not too complex, and will really, like, if you have a money need, Taj Mahal is your go-to. Machu Picchu, I think we've talked about a lot. When you can take your food that's being produced in a city and distribute it across your entire empire, that is wildly good from a growth standpoint, because you really, in your other cities, what happens is you basically never have to build a farmer's quarter or anything food related in almost any of your other cities again. Whichever city has Machu Picchu, yes, you continue to build as many food producing districts and infrastructures as you can. But because that food, 50% of it is all being distributed across your empire, if you just funnel all your food into one city and then just distribute it out, you pretty much almost never need to build any other districts. And some infrastructures might be needed at some point, depending on your growth rate. But Machu Picchu is a very good wonder. Now, you have to have a city that's producing a ton of food to make Machu Picchu worth it, because otherwise it's not worth it at all. But if you have a high food producing city, very, very worth it. Hotel des Invalides, I don't... If you're going to war, this is one of those war-based types of wonders. It gets you combat strength per veterancy level, which is great. Like, definitely if you're going to war, it's huge. Plus 100 money per unit destroyed actually is pretty substantial, right? If you think about the fact that if you're going to a battle at this point in the game, you're probably killing, I don't know, let's just say 10. Like in any like larger scale fight or war, you're going to kill at least 10 units. That's 1,000 money, like just off of a fight, right? Which can be very helpful. I mean, if you look at my money production, which is incredibly low, right? We're only producing 600 money a turn, so 100 per unit destroyed is actually a pretty nice little bonus, but I don't typically build a hotel unless it's just there. It's not something I typically do. Again, units heal when outside your territory for a small amount. That's really helpful if you are waging wars perhaps on the New World or away from your continent where you're not going to have the ability to do stuff like that. Could also pair really well with the Spanish. With the conquistadors, if they're unsupplied, they get bonuses as well. And so if you keep them in an unsupplied status, build hotel, they heal outside their territory. Again, could be useful, circumstantially though. Brussels Town Hall, when it was added to the game, arguably became one of the top wonders in the game right away, because fame is everything in Humankind, and you get 50 fame for each previously claimed cultural wonder in your empire, and every time after you build Brussels Town Hall, you get an extra 50 fame for each new wonder you build. So if you're building a lot of wonders, even if you're just building some wonders, like maybe you just built one wonder an era and then you're going to continue to build a couple, that's an extra like 200, 250 fame probably over the course of the game. That's a big number when you start to think about if you're in a close game of Humankind, 250 fame is an entire star worth of fame just from having Brussels Town Hall, not to mention that you get 50 fame for building it as well. Plus you get the bonuses of the adjacent districts, influence, industry, money if you're putting different quarters around it. So Brussels Town Hall is definitely a very good wonder. It's not like Mosque of Jenny good or anything like that, but Brussels Town Hall is very solid as well. So as you can see, there's almost a hotel maybe like subpar. There's almost not a wonder that's bad in the early modern era. And we still have two. I'm very surprised, like of all the ones to be left, like two of the more potent wonders for our situation are actually left from the previous era. Once again, I'm going to make the call based on the fact that we're doing a Commons Quarter strategy. And so we're going to start with Santa Maria del Fiore. Then we'll probably claim Palace of Versailles as well. And we'll probably try to put those like kind of close to each other maybe, so that we can have like Commons Quarters in between them. So we can play off of both of their adjacency bonuses simultaneously. That's probably what the idea will be there. So we'll probably try to grab both of those, and then we'll see what's left as we try to select maybe other wonders. Building two wonders in an era, that's a ask because you have lots of other things you need to build, and so we'll try to get those in as quickly as we can. But we'll see if we can't grab both, and then see what's left on the table for future wonders. But again, for the purposes of what we're trying to do here, which is the Commons Quarter strat, I like the science per Commons Quarter as opposed to the stability and influence per Commons Quarter. I think that this palace will do us something eventually, but I do think that we'll take Santa Maria first. It only costs us 2,000. This is what I was interested in seeing before we put in our claim. We have 6,000 influence in our bank right now. This only costs us 2,000, so that's not bad at all. So we will go ahead and claim Santa Maria del Fiore, and we're going to go ahead and place it probably right away. Well, maybe we'll wait. We'll wait until the capital is done. I'm going to give all of our other cities like one opportunity to build something that's not a wonder. We're going to get the rest of the Batays in here. So let's not build it immediately. We'll build it pretty soon, and we're definitely going to put it probably somewhere in here. I believe that we have a Batay and a Batay going in here. And then this is a Commons Quarter. So we could possibly put the plaza here, Del Fiore. We could put that here. And then we could put a Commons Quarter here. And then we could put maybe another Commons Quarter here. It's not great for this Commons Quarter to have that adjacency, but that's fine. And then we could put maybe, like this is also a Commons Quarter, so we could put maybe the other Palace of Versailles here, possibly, right? So again, I need to make sure that the build conditions are correct, but something like that where we get one of those wonders here, two Commons Quarters in between, and then we get the other one, and so we're getting like double adjacency off those Commons Quarters for each of those wonders. And I'm going to do that on the capital city. We're just going to keep like building wonders in the capital and make the capital huge because they have a bunch of attachments they need to make anyway. So we'll continue to make Ashur just a cultural hub of wonders and beauty is kind of the goal here. So we're going to keep this ship just floating in this direction. Okay, and we can now put this claim in, right? So let's go ahead and start claiming and continue claiming territories on the New World. We will claim this territory first. It's going to cost us 735 now. And I think we decided on this as our spot, right? I believe that's what we want. 716 on 3 river. This also gets us just gets us 2 river. I like this and then a research quarter right next to it to take advantage of some of the science over there. Possibly, we'll see. I overplan it's gonna be like a 3rd or 4th level attachment in a city. Overplanning in that just feels like it's not the best thing to do. We'll get that claim in. That gets us some really nice borders starting to get set here in the New World. I haven't fully explored everything here yet either, so it'll be interesting to see as we get further into the New World, what else are we gonna find as far as wonders or resources to influence kind of where we put claims down. This obviously is our next claim, and we're going to turn into our next city in 2 turns after we get that next step in the colony model or colony plan, whichever one that is. Again, the key thing here being we want those strategic resources. So I think we're close to where we want to put this, so let's just get it down. This one's going to cost more because it's not connected in, so it's not the most efficient use of our space. But yeah, so we're on a 1323, which is great. And that doesn't include all of the bonuses that we will end up getting from making it a city and taking advantage of the tiles that are around it. That has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 river tiles around it, which is huge. And there's just not going to be a better spot than that in this particular space. So we'll just put that down right there. Perfect. So 2 turns for that to establish, 2 turns for our research into the next level of colony model, and then we'll have our next city, our first Spanish city, will be on the board, which is exciting. And we'll make sure we buy in all the resources and things before we do that. Then we'll claim all of the valuable territories around this and start to attach them in. And then we'll probably be looking for 1 or 2 more cities down this way. I don't want to overextend on the New World. I think that we got such a huge advantage. And I mean, we won this game a long time ago, right? We're almost double 2nd place in fame. So I don't want to we could just claim the entire New World and just be absolutely ridiculous about it. But we'll try to play in some semblance of realism. We had a great start and are clearly out in front. Hopefully I don't jinx it, of course, by saying that, but I don't want to take the whole New World. And I don't think we'll be able to either, because I think the AI is going to start making a push for that. And we currently have, like I said, a change in our relationship status up here that has me basically concerned. Maybe more than concerned, perhaps. All right, so Nineveh, we're going to want to make some changes to... we're going to want to, not changes, we're going to want to think about where we want to put these obelisks. I want to get these obelisks in at some point, right? They're pretty super valuable, and we can project them in as well. But before we start projecting incredibly heavily, we have massive population problems. And the cathedrals are not going to help with that. The cathedrals are going to push our faith in a ridiculous way, and they're going to be an incredible district for us. But we currently have issues where we have some population trouble, and so I'm going to go through and we're going to build some infrastructures here, I think. Feels counterintuitive to what we're trying to do, but I really think we need some infrastructures to help with our population cap. And we might need to start getting some hamlets in as well. There's a lot of decisions we need to make. We'll switch everyone over to projects here in just a little bit, just to crank some projects out and then free the cities up to do their thing. But I think that we're going to walk ourselves over towards some of these really good infrastructures. And I'm actually going to first start by looking for things like the Manuscript Atelier, which give me +2 research slot. So this is going to get me 7 science, but moreover, it gets me 2 extra population cap. So we're going to look for anything that gets us that pop cap back into what we're trying to do. Eventually, we'll put in things like the apothecary as well. Let's see if we've got anything that frees up more population for us. Nothing there. +2 worker slots, so Artisan's Workshop doesn't get us very much, doesn't get us very much industry, but it is going to get us 2 population spots, which will couple nicely into what we're trying to accomplish here. So we'll continue to look for anything that will get us those population spots. And we've got some pretty nice infrastructures here. Animal barns we haven't put in yet. Neither have we put in the fishery. The fishery is never going to be potent for us. But I feel like we probably should start thinking about animal barns. I think I want to get those in And what that means is we should also start taking our money and trading for horses, because that increases the value of animal barns by a substantial amount. So let's also get animal barns in. And in fact, you can see that our growth has slowed substantially. So I'm actually going to throw animal barns in first really quick. We're just going to boost our food back up. Yes, I know we're way over pop cap. We still have a lot of per population FIMs that we're doing. And in fact, our cathedrals are based off of that fact as well. It's plus faith per pop. So when we get those in, per pop is great. Again, we're not working. We have like a bunch of people that just sit around now, but that's which is not awesome, right? But let's do some infrastructure builds in each of our cities as we go through now. Now, Habana's not going to need to do that. Habana is not over pop cap yet. They do have some infrastructures that we could potentially put in, including a manuscript atelier. So that might be valuable because it also gets us some science. So that could be a useful infrastructure actually to have. More so, though, I'm interested in possibly just putting in some hamlets, because hamlets are by far and away even better than the infrastructures as far as population relief. And we can actually keep ourselves from going over pop cap, which we're growing at ridiculous rates here. So might just throw in a couple of these. This is like a full production one, which is perfect. So let's just go with that. Let's throw a hamlet in to a couple of these cities on the New World. Now, the Scansta is way over pop cap again. We're like approaching 10 over pop cap. So let's do the same thing here. Food is obviously a problem, so we're going to come up and they don't even have a granary. We'll go granary first. Oh my gosh, they don't even have artificial reservoirs. This city in Gotha Scansta is an amazing place. How do they not have these infrastructures and yet they are still amazing? Okay, so we'll put that in. 27 industry if we put in a lumberyard. I mean, there are things that we should have done probably like a long time ago. I'm gonna go that into this. Arguably, we should do more of these infrastructures. But I think then we'll go into the House of Scribes gets us 2 research spots. And that will lead into our manuscript atelier, I believe. So, okay, so that's going to be the build order, I think, here in Gotha Scansta. We'll get them food, and then we'll get them some production, as well as some slots for population. We'll at least get some infrastructures in. I think if you don't take time to prioritize them, then you just won't prioritize them. It just won't happen, right? This city also is relatively new, so we probably don't need... We're 5 away from pop cap. But again, what we could do is pre-prepare for that and just start putting hamlets down in valuable locations. It's a 2131 hamlet. So let's get a couple of those in just to pre-prepare for that kind of stuff. We can also, once we have a hamlet in these cities, those cities that don't need infrastructure builds, what we could do is we could set them projecting on different things, right? Get them building the wonders and the holy sites, and then the rest of the cities will leave maybe building some infrastructure. So we'll get a couple hamlets in just for the sake of having them. And then we'll kind of move maybe a little bit in a different direction with those cities and start to plop down some of our project-based stuff. Our capital also needs like copious amounts of infrastructures, but they're still building batays. So we're just kind of, it's just going to be, we're falling behind in those things. We're just going to have to be kind of okay with that for a little bit here. Okay.
With
check our
5
treaties
research
here on the next turn, I think.
dedicated to science, one
Ransack
wonders what
successful.
will run out first. Food?
New
or
doctrine in
pens and
effect.
paper?
All right, let's see. Oh, thank goodness. All right, we have... This makes me very pleased, because now if Plosive decides to go to war with us, at least there's not that plus 100% war score. We do still have stuff here that's not in the best interest of us, but that's very nice, so we don't mind that at all. Lots of people try to push for different things in here, but we haven't unlocked those yet. This unlocked really fast, so somebody pushed for this hard, which is interesting. And then colony model, obviously, looks like our vote is going to win this on naturalized colonies, and so we're going to get access to that for free, which is nice. Senator Plosive has ended a treaty. We're dropping from shared logistics to tactical cooperation, and now Plosive also leveraging us right back. Fascinating. Okay, that is very interesting. So Plosive,
It's good to see you.
I leverage
No
him.
lie.
He placates me. I'm just gonna placate again.
one
This is gonna
will
be a
have my
back and
trust
forth.
again.
I have a demand up on him, and so that's getting me +3 for ongoing demands. My war support is gonna go up very quickly for the most part, and we're holding on to these just in case we need them as well, right? Let's run through all of our other ones just to make
So
sure.
tell me. Oh,
Grab some of that
You come to
diplomacy
talk?
for score.
I will
And then
listen.
I don't think we have any treaties. Actually, some of those treaties at the far side might be available now. No, 1 turn left on some of those. Okay, perfect. So we're good there. Our armies are ready to go move on Tahawana. We're just going to double check turns. Yeah, they're the next one who's going to go. They have some pretty big units there though, right? So we need to do a little, we'll pop in, we'll do a little bit of scouting here. They definitely have units that can fight us. So let's make sure we move into appropriate positions to be able to take advantage of this fight. And then we're probably going to run the attack, and I'll hope that I can, automatically do it, because these are their troops, right? So want to move in, want to draw some battle lines. I think we want to draw them this way so that we have some high ground advantage here. Let's do that. And then let's see what the instant resolve says. We're going to take some pretty hefty damage. And we do lose a couple units in this fight. So the question becomes, do I want to fight it myself? So they have knights and crossbowmen, and they are reinforcing with spearmen, which will die almost instantaneously, swordsmen, which will almost probably die instantaneously. So I feel like we could play this. I feel like we might be able to play this in a way where we don't lose those units. So we're actually going to fight it. I think we're going to take the time to fight this battle, despite the fact that it does slow us down substantially. But they've got a bunch of reinforcing units coming in. Again, I could instant resolve, and I would only lose 2 great swordsmen. But I feel like we could probably play this better than what the computer is giving us right now. I feel like we can. I might be drastically wrong, but we're going to manual fight it. So let's do that. We're gonna manual fight into this. Do I want to change my deployments? Probably not. Leading with my knights is going to be my best bet, as long as I have archers in like decent positions to make shots, which we can always maneuver them around. So I'm just going to go with the deployment we have, because we're just stacked here. And my Beira Hunter should be able to shoot down on anyone. We've got a really nice advantage up on the hill here, so I think we'll be good with what we've got. Okay. First things first, we got to find those crossbowmen, right? So they've hidden their crossbowmen somewhere farther away. We don't see any crossbowmen. So that would be our objective, would be to get some of our knights into their crossbowmen somehow. So we want to open up some paths in to be able to do that. So let's take a look with our Beira Hunters right away, see where we can go to get some easy shots. We could take out some of these swordsmen and create a path through to get into this area down here, I think is what we want to try to do. So let's try that. We'll try launching some attacks on some of these units and get them out of my way so that we can bring some horses possibly down through here and try to find those crossbowmen, right? Be our goal. I'd love to shoot that unit. Where do I have to go to get that shot off? So we actually kind of have to move. We need to move these Beira Hunters need to move into some spaces in order to get some shots off. So we need to move some of our units first, which means we're going to put some of our knights into precarious situations, essentially, right? That's the reality of this particular situation. So I want to get rid of this guy. This knight can come straight through and just wipe these chariots out. That keeps us on high ground as well. This knight could then attack this swordsman, which is pretty nice, and we cannot shoot that swordsman. It'd be nice to shoot that swordsman before we have to hit him. Let's see. We can bring this knight down and just wipe out the swordsman. That might be the better play. Run that, and then that frees up this guy to potentially come down here and just hit this guy here. Let's do that. At some point, we're going to unveil where their crossbowmen went. Maybe they're way over here. That's a possibility. We could take a horse real quick. Oh, is that a cliff? Oh, we have to kill this guy first, maybe? Let's see. Those are knights. Can we get a charge bonus on those guys with one of our other knights? We come up and hit him? No. Okay, so let's move a Beira Hunter over here so we can get some shots off. We can hit the knight. Or we could, like, just take out the swordsman. I feel like we should just take out the swordsman. Fewer swordsmen better at this point, right? And then if we step up with this guy, we could just end him. Perfect. And then this guy is our last Beira hunter that needs to shoot. He can't shoot anyone unless he like jumps into the fight right now. So unless we move a unit, which we do want to move a couple units still. So let's make those moves first. Let's grab some of our... I don't know who's down here. Let's send this horse.
I'm on it.
I guess off, just that's all we can see. But so there's nothing over there. Can't get that. Oh, that's a cliff. That's why I have to come all the way around with this guy. That's kind of a bummer. Okay. Can't do much with that. I want attacker's bonus on this knight with a horse. Like I want to get a charge bonus in, so I'm gonna run this as my attack here. And then I think I'm gonna run this horse all the way down. I'm trying to avoid claiming their flag because I'd like to get the unit kills. Yeah, let's just take this unit out. And then technically I'd like to just stand on this spot because they have reinforcements coming in from there, right? So we'll keep their reinforcements kind of hemmed in just a little bit. So we'll block that. That's not their unit, is it? Are they going to reinforce from the backside and be able to attack my... I think so. That's not units that can come into the fight because they're not locked, right? I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that question is. But I'm going to provide some support there. Just in case it is. I also think I'm going to have to take their flag. Like, I'm going to have to run at this unit with some of my horses. Like, it doesn't make sense not to, right? Let's bring some of our units in. Let's set this guy on. Oh, that's a bad spot to be. I'm going to make them come out to that spot, though. Move some of our guys in. And then, yeah, I think we need to take this fight right here. We're going to take their flag just to get the unit kill. I think that's all of us. Oh, that's not. We have this guy left, so we can move this guy in here now. And yeah, that's actually a nice shot. This is fine. I don't mind taking this shot to get the knights damaged. Perfect. Now we'll find out where all their crossbowmen are. Ouch. Yeah, the crossbowmen are gonna hurt, and they're targeting my best unit. They should have 2 more crossbowmen. I think they had 4 total, or maybe they only had 2. Oh, they only had 2. Oh, okay, and that was a unit, but they were spearmen. So we actually have a really nice setup to be able to deal with those spearmen over here. So this unit is now in some semblance of trouble, but we can just take these crossbowmen out with this guy. I almost want to run this guy in a different direction, so let's hold on that. I'm going to go back this direction, and let's see if we can just take the crossbowmen out with our Beira hunters. Although... never mind. If we damage these units, they can't come out quite as hard. I'm just going to run this guy up, and we'll take these crossbowmen out like this. This unit, I still think, needs to probably pull back a little bit. Like, we'll jump him high ground somewhere. He's probably still going to take crossbowman shots from there, though, unfortunately. But if they waste their crossbow shots on that, so be it, you know? Let's go ahead and drop this guy out here. And we'll take all of our shots. This guy can reach these, so let's... Oh, we didn't need to do that. That was a bad shot. I should have shot one of their better units. Oh, my Beira hunters can literally just annihilate these guys. Perfect. There goes those units. Those guys are all dead now. And so we kind of step up. We need to get units down here. So let's grab one of our, like, higher health horses. This guy is full health, and I think we need to run him. Let's see if we'll move him one step at a time here for a second, because I just need to see. Oh, what? Oh no. Okay, so moving one step at a time was a bad play apparently. It's unfortunate. All right, so we'll just come down here. We'll run this attack, I guess. Crash our horses down. There's another crossbowman somewhere down here, which is what I'm trying to find. Right? I'm trying to find this crossbowman. No, yeah, see, and now I don't get the charge bonus, which makes me angry. So I guess your horses need a little scouting to be as effective as possible, but that's a... Okay. Where are the rest of their reinforcements? Where are the rest of their units? I really don't want to attack these guys on this hill. I mean, this is an incredible defensive spot. Look at this. They are on a hill, river below the hill. I mean, they have every advantage. So what I want is for them to come out, and then we'll attack them. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and hit them with my Beira hunters. You know, like that's going to be the goal. Let's go explore a little bit with, like, get these guys. Was that a cliff? No, I could climb up that. Let's bring these guys in this direction. I want to get off of the flag because I want them to have to come out and take it back. Bring these guys around. Let's send these guys, yeah, out this way. Are there units over here? These are all Gorgum's troops. So the question is, where are the rest of these guys' troops? Weren't they supposed to be bringing in, like, heavy amounts of reinforcements? Oh, we can't reach it? No path.
Nope.
Nope. Nope, no path. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's see. Are our Beira hunters appropriately defended? I feel like they are. Could step these guys over maybe just for defensive purposes. Oh, they're standing. Oh no, yeah, I don't think that's one of theirs. We'll find out. Right, they're gonna come out. They're gonna come after the Beira hunters, which is relatively smart. But that's all they decide to do. Wow. Okay. It's just there's still not a path there. Oh, because they're horses, and that's inside the city. Ha! Oh, that was foolish of me. Okay, so we'll have to run these guys out. And we'll run this attack with these. Alright, this unit is going to eventually just die, because we could just shoot him. So that's easy enough. We'll start taking shots here. And we'll just move our Beira hunters into positions to be able to shoot these guys. Them out of here. Puts them at low ground, but I don't think there's any other units that are going to come in this direction. Kind of just moving them in. Take the shots at the guys in the walls. Go. This unit is safe for now. This unit is, I guess, protecting flanking maneuvers, and then I don't think we saw anything back here, right? So that's all that's there, and so there's just this unit left. Okay, I think the fight is over, unless they have units hidden somewhere, or reinforcements coming from somewhere else. We didn't get that last kill, but there we go. There's 2 military stars, 15 units lost. We didn't take any casualties, so we managed that battle much better than the AI proposed that we were going to manage it, so that works for us, and we'll be able to run the attack on the city on our next turn, which is excellent. We're moving up into Burley's land here. I am intrigued to see just exactly what's happening in this direction, so we'll just keep doing that. This unit has put in this claim, and so I guess we start moving this way. We want to do some exploration now, because we don't necessarily have to make this claim. Let's start doing a little bit of exploring with this guy before we put down another claim. This guy is coming down, and that's what we want him to do. We'll swing him here, and then we're going to swing him across at some point just to kind of bust up some of the fog. The good of it. Let's see what we see up here. This is all brand new territory we're exploring up at the north of the New World. Looks nice up here. Alright, this guy has made this, and then we want the claim... We want the claim to the south of this and to the north of this. The north one is going to be the contested one. So let's run up and grab the north claim, and then we'll come back and grab the south claim. We want to get that claim in actually as fast as possible. We're going to be... Oh, we went the wrong way. There's a cliff. There's a cliff. Well, we go this way. We go this way and see what's what over there. Let's hold. We'll get that down in a second. Maya Guana is... Oh my gosh. I noticed this multiple times while editing previous episodes. We never set them to our expert policy. We forgot to do that entirely, and so Maya Guana has not been producing, growing as fast as they could have been for a long period of time. Okay, their research quarters in, which I believe means that we've accomplished our goal of a market quarter, a commons quarter. Yeah, all 3 of the quarters are in, so we've got that done. And they probably take a look at some infrastructure. No, they're at 11 people, so we don't even need actually to... We don't need to do anything here except be putting down districts, really. Or we could start throwing turns. We have a lot of industry here. We could start throwing turns into Santa Maria del Fiore. That's actually my plan, I think. This city is basically up and running and ready to go, so let's start putting turns into Santa Maria del Fiore. So they have a spot there. That's not a bad spot. That's adjacent to one tumulus and one commons quarter, right? So that's not bad. I still think this spot over here is better. It's not getting us as much faith, but I think that I wish I had there was a better tacking system in this game, like similar to like although that's a mod in Civ, but I'd love to tack, like if I tacked this here, like if Santa Maria del Fiore goes here, that's adjacent to 1, 2, 3 commons quarters. That gets us a nice little bonus. Plus, we put 2 more commons quarters here. And honestly, the cathedrals can be... that one of those could be a cathedral, right? We could put the Cathedral Gothicas there because they count as a commons quarter. And then we put the Palace of Versailles here. I think that's the play. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Yes. I'm relatively convinced. So I'm going to... let's place that here. Put our Santa Maria del Fiore there. 2 commons quarters of any type, it doesn't matter which, and then the Palace of Versailles here. Yes, that's my current plan. It may not be the best of plans, but it is my current plan, so let's move along. There is 3-masted ship, which most importantly gets us access to the Caravel, which allows us to transport land units wherever we want. We also have access to settlers now, and we have the colony plan, so lots of good things from that. We have more people converting to madness. Explosive keeps leveraging. I'm gonna, before I forget, I'm also just gonna go in and continue to leverage that.
Beyond evil.
Very much making Plosive angry. Let's look at the rest of our notifications here really quick. We're collecting some intel, which is good, and Burley is now hesitant about me. So I don't know, yeah, degraded. So Burley and Plosive, and honestly, at some point when you're ahead by this much, you can expect the AI to start to turn on you. Also, I'm destroying free peoples, and I think that everybody gets a little bit pissed off when you start destroying free peoples, to be honest. So that's one component of all of this. Oh, we need to put the claim down here. We forgot to claim. Let's have this army come back and put the claim down. Oh, maybe not. These guys are on the river, so we can get the claim wherever we want. What's that? That's an 11-11 or a 12-11. It's like this, like 8-14 is really nice, or this spot here, which is an 8-12, and is surrounded by river. This is a nice spot though. This gets us access to more production, and I feel like we don't like have to have food. Because I don't want if it breaks again, I don't want it to break, right? I'll just put it down right here. That way, if it does break, then it doesn't actually break, you know? That went in instantaneously, so that's nice. And then I think we could run the attack on Tijuana with just these 2 troops, right? We'll just run it. It should bring our units in. We should be able, now we should be able to auto do this assault, right? We have reinforcements coming in. They have no one, apparently. So we run the assault. The instant resolve says we lose nobody. Victory, city is ours, and then we'll immediately burn it down. They have quite a few. They have quite a few infrastructures actually. They have a market, market makers, and a research quarter, all installed already. Well, burning that down hurts a little bit, but it's fine. We'll make it work. Oh, that's cool. I like the spelling. I can't remember who Burley was, but like they use alphabetical notations and inclinations towards the correct cultures and things like that. All right, this guy's just gonna do some exploring, right? We still haven't seen everything the New World has to offer. So I think we've made enough claims for Bayaguana to be busy for a while. We'll probably make this claim as well, just because it feels like it's probably going to be like part of our territory. It does have some horses, so at least it's got some resources in it. And that looks like a cliff wall, but ooh, and then a bunch of snow. All right, but there is another resource here And so that, again, I'm inclined to put another city down here to get access to that kind of stuff. That's going to be my goal. So we want access to all of those things if we can get them. We'll slip this guy in right here. That'll break some of this fog up, and then we'll might cross over at some point. Burley has a massive presence now established on the New World. So Burley is taking a lot of liberties on the New World, which is good to see because he's being basically pressured a ton by Plosif in our land. But now I'm actually rooting for Burley in that fight, which is not something I've been doing. It's definitely been going for Plosif the whole time, but now Plosif pulling what I will just, like, classic Plosif. Plosif AI is very, very much that, so. All right, let's see where we want to put this claim in. Yeah, they want us to put it up there on the river. This is not going to be a river claim, so we're just going to go with whatever. Technically, we don't have to have these horses, but it's going to be beneficial. I think we put it up here with this 8-11 or 11-8. We're defensible up here. Production's probably better than food at this point for me. Let's just put this in. Oh, wait. Oh. It doesn't matter because we have a ton of influence, but we're turning this into a city this turn, and we could have had a cheaper attach. Could have had a cheaper attach. That's on me. That's my bad. Let's stick this. Yeah, here's fine. That's nice. This in as well. And then costs us. Oh, we shouldn't have put the claim in. We needed 5,000 to evolve into a city, and we put a claim in instead. We definitely would have. Oh, would have been really close. We would have been close. We might not have had it exactly, but then the claim. If we wouldn't have put the claim in, we would have had it cheaper the next time. Oh man. Oh, it's fine. This city's not going to do anything because we're going to burn it down. Put your turn into Santa Maria, if that even works. Enemies of the Empire. Yours is a martial empire. Your history littered with stories of great achievements in war and battle. Kind of. With the era bringing both great weapons and great insights, you have the duty to ask yourself how you will treat your conquered enemies. Yeah, true. We don't need either of those, so we're not going to establish any of those, although we could push further this way, which is not a bad idea. But it's not something I want to spend influence on currently because we want to put that city in. So let's maneuver our way along. Our next technology is an intriguing choice. Again, humanism and luxury manufactories is going to typically be where you want to go here. But we can also gain access to our conquistadors, just in case Plosif goes to war with us. We can also gain access to our city cap because we're about to go up in cities. We have other things like money on outposts or other military vessels we can acquire. So there are choices to make, but I think I'm going to go to humanism anyway, even though we really don't need to be honest, because we're the only ones in this era right now. We're going to get access to all the luxury manufactories anyway, but it's a nice fame boost, and it just feels like it's hard to pass that up, so we'll go there first. Let's do one more turn. We'll check all these after that. I don't want to... Oh, we were going to trade for horses. That's what we could do. Let's trade for horses. That's iron. I said horses. Let's trade for horses. Gonna decrease our gold per turn, but that's fine. Any of our good partners, let's grab all the horses we can. Because we're putting in animal bards now, right? So more horses, more better. And honestly, we should probably start trading with Burley at this point. His war's not over yet. We should probably start trading with Burley here soon as well. Oops, I forgot to hit the buy button. Horses. 8 more horses. Beautiful. How's our money per turn doing? Not so great. Plosif has cut off trade. Oh, we cut off trade with Plosif, actually, technically, right? That maxes out our horses, which will max out our food. And we'll crank away to our next turn. Ransack successful. We'll put a claim down there. We have a proposal. Plosif has once again reduced war support. We're going to go back and do the exact same thing
If
to him.
only I commanded. This is unthinkable.
We have
Beyond evil.
all of the
Even death
bonuses
is not
here. Like,
enough.
we should be fine in this case. Civics osmosis. Oh yeah, this is perfect. This is the one that we wanted. So we will enact.
Reaching the end of an ideology axis isn't
did.
extremist. Think of it as being focused, yes? Very goal-oriented.
Yes. Will I
Where
accept
have you
this
been?
offer? Cultural. I still. Nox, I don't. There's no bonus to this. It's only good for you, and it's not even good for you right now. I'm going to refuse this.
I
Sorry,
find
Nox.
your proposition outlandish
That's.
at
Look,
best.
it's on me.
This is
That's
not
on
what-
me. Sorry for making you angry. My bad. Okay, I'm gonna put this claim. We're gonna test this. Okay, we're gonna test this. So if I put this claim in, it should exploit all these tiles, and I should get a 1412 outpost. Sometimes that doesn't happen, so we're gonna find out. Yeah, still broken. Still broken. So you can see, it did not. These tiles are not exploited. You can actually see already because this is in, like that's in already. So what we have to do, actually, if you want it to be in a particular place, you have to place it somewhere else and move it on top of that. So we're gonna burn influence, which kind of sucks because, oh, we actually shouldn't have done that at all because now we can't put our city in again. Son of a gun. Well, sometimes I lose focus of things, and then we're just gonna move it back, and then you can see how it exploits things correctly, right? So it resets it. It's been a bug for quite some time. If you burn an outpost down and then place an outpost, or if you burn anything down and then place an outpost on that tile that's like a ruins tile, it will not exploit the tiles around it for some reason. So you have to, like, basically what you want to do is place it like a tile away from what you want, and then just move it using influence onto the top of that. It sucks to have to do it that way, but that's typically going to be your best bet for doing that. All right, now attacking Gorgum, we have 15 turns to do. We only have 10 more in Pompelo, so we're going to redirect our armies now, right? We're going to take our armies back in the opposite direction. There shouldn't be much of a fight in this direction because we already took care of a bunch of their units, but we'll find out as we go. This guy is here. I think I want to cut him. Oh, I can't cut him through. Oh yeah, I'm being boat blocked in every direction. Burley doesn't want me up here seeing all of the riches that he has apparently, which is fine. All right, so we have horses here, and then we have this desolate land. I feel like we should go up here. We'll see more if we get the high ground. And we'll jump onto the river. Let's take it all the way there. This, again, is the more important thing. An unknown strategic here, which means could be one of the key things for game-ending situations. We might want to make a city claim somewhere in here just to gobble up some of these strategic resources, which I think would be valuable. We'll just keep this guy cutting in this direction. Probably just upgrade these guys. We have the money. We have a ton of money, actually, to be honest. We're going to bring our boats back in to anywhere where we're allied enough to be able to upgrade them is probably what we should do. All right, 2 turns on that claim. We don't know what's around this yet, so my tendency is to go back down here to make our next claim. There is porcelain here. Does get us another access to a thing. We'll claim this as part of this city, right? We want to claim around this city, but I want the border first. And and we want the Wonder. Sorry, the Wonder's down there too. So let's get into the Wonder territory. Probably gonna be claiming up near this river in some way, shape, or form. So let's just send our unit in here, and we'll go make that claim eventually. We gotta get the city in first, which we can't do yet on this turn. All right, Ashur has finally finished constructing their bateys, and so that is good. Now, we need to go through and do some infrastructures with them. Let's grab the manuscript atelier, because that gets us population. Let's grab anything else that will get us population we're obviously interested in. Oh, money per traders is probably... Oh, it's only 12 here. We're just not trading very much, I suppose, which is intriguing. I think that's it. Is that the only one? That's our only one. 40 food for animal barns, though, so we'll slot that in. Oh, no, we actually want to start with this one, right? Let's start with the Artisan's Workshop, because it gets us at least a little bit of industry. It's going to get us more because our population is going to start working that. So we'll open with that, and that will play us into some of these other components that are going to be really good. Again, let's get some infrastructures in first, and then we'll kind of work from there. Existential Chasms. Plus 1% science on Holy Site. Eventually, we will want that, because we have a ton of Holy Sites. That'll result in a big science boon for us. We're not going to do it right now because we're trying to get that city in. It'll also push us all the way to the science side of things, which is what we want. So we will enact this at some point, but we're just not going to do it quite yet. Okay, that will take us to the end of our episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Very much looking forward to seeing how this game continues. We've got some pressure now. Our own continent, our allies possibly turning against us. We got some great new wonders that we're building in. We'll see how that progresses. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure that if you like the content, that you hit that thumbs up button and that you are subscribed to the channel with notifications on so you know when we release these videos. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you next week.